everybody. Gotta record it, I suppose. There we go.
It's the only way to make it a podcast officially.
That's what I've heard.
I learned that from Joe Rogan.
Oh, I heard it from.
He said, only if you record it, it turns it into a podcast.
Is that how he talks now?
Now eat some pig rectum. That's what he said.
I liked Fear Factor.
Exactly that.
It was all right. Fear Factor was all right. Okay. Here we go. Starts in 3, 2, 1.
Never suggestive sell to children. Children are much too susceptible to suggestions and may not realize that we're offering to sell them something, not give it to them.
You have nobody guarding your potatoes.
The Morning Stream. That's not a chicken wing, man.
Hello, everybody. Good morning, and welcome to the morning stream for Wednesday, May 20th, 2020. It's a 2020 day.
It is 5/20/2020.
2020. That's pretty cool.
We like those.
Episode 1931. There's no song for that.
That's not as exciting.
I know it's not nearly as exciting.
Yeah, no, not as exciting as the 5/20/2020.
No, that's true. I'm Scott Johnson. Brian Ibbett over there. We're back. We were not here yesterday. We are here now.
Yes.
Yeah. Now
you needed people to put hands in your mouth during this time, this insane moment in time. You wanted people to put hands in your mouth.
Well,
what grossed Brian out the most?
Here's how this went. All right, this is going to surprise a few people. It surprised me. So yesterday, that is correct. Supposed to go to the dentist. Supposed to have work done, and because of the plan I have, I actually pay the insurance I pay for dental is with the dentist itself, not with some third-party insurance company. It's a thing they offer because a lot of plans just don't cover dental or it's way too expensive, and so they offer a yearly plan that's a little more reasonable. Couple of issues with it, though. One is if you miss an appointment, it's a little more expensive, that kind of stuff. And so I was like, well, I don't want to pay out of pocket for not going, so I think I'll just go. They're crazy cautious even in good times when there's no pandemic. I'm like covered in everything and a million masks and gloves, and nobody's open mouthed in that place. So I was all set to go. I was all set to go. It was around 8:00 or so. I don't know, 8:15, and I'm down here getting a couple things done, and I hear this from upstairs. Kim goes, "Scott," and I go, "What?" And she goes, "The dentist called and they've canceled your appointment and moved it to next month."
Oh.
And I said, "Oh, well, that's great. They could have told me maybe a day ahead. Maybe they should pay me a fee for canceling a day early or on the same day."
Yeah.
So then she goes, "Yeah, I don't know what the deal is." And so I have this choice. I have the choice to say, all right, well, that gives me like 30 minutes. I could prep a show. I could call Brian. We'll still do a show today. Let's just cram this together. Or I'm going to sit on the porch, sip tea with my wife, and have a nice morning off. So that's what I did. Okay? That's what I decided to do. What did you? What would you have done, Brian? Would you have done what I did?
I would have done exactly what you did. Is like, you know what? It's actually nice to have a day off. I mean, I think now more than ever we need to be here for our listeners who are stuck at home doing the things that they're doing.
Sure.
But keep in mind, we were going to have a week off at the end of April because we were going to be doing Vegas, and it was going to be a nice little break of doing the show and the rigmarole of all that stuff.
Yeah.
And we didn't take that. And I'm, there's part of me that's glad we didn't take it, but then there's a part of me that's like, yeah, we didn't have that time off. I could really use that time off.
Yeah, it's just nice once in a while. You got to give yourself a little bit of time, and it was either Rat Race Tuesday, where I was just like, I got to scramble to get this done and have a totally frustrating morning.
Jerry, what do you want to talk about?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or I could just not do it and just sit in a chair, relax, talk to my wife, have some time with her. It was warm and a little breezy in the morning, so it was beautiful outside.
Please tell me you've got rocking chairs out on the porch.
No, we got we got some Adirondack chairs. Is that how you say it? Adirondack chairs. And then, and they're, by the way, they're made out of milk jugs. Isn't that cool? I don't mean if you looked at them, they look like milk
held
jugs.
together with duct tape.
Not like
That's
that.
not what I'm visualizing.
Yeah, it's impossible not to after I say it that way. But they're recycled milk jugs, and they don't, they just look like they're made out of resin or something. But they're super durable. Cool. Anyway, I really like those. Costco,
like Trex, almost like looking like Trex.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, a lot like that. But then we have this little like ironwork table thing, small little table with 3 little Frenchy looking chairs, and then it's like a little.
Did you pay the iron price for that?
Yeah, I paid the iron price for it, and I had to shovel a lot of rocks in my town or my island to get all those stones.
Wow, we've Game of Thrones and Animal Crossing in one.
Like one sentence. There's barely even a period there. Yeah.
Nicely done.
Anyway, so then we sat there and just sipped tea, and there's just enough sun coming over the Western Mountains, and just it was nice. It was very nice.
It's very nice.
So anyway, I just like to put it out there that I'm grateful that we had that time, and weirdly glad I didn't have to go to the dentist. So I go next month. It's I think they're just they're overwhelmed, even though they're only what it is. They're only letting so many people in. They only have so many doctors. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's piling up, people with their appointments. They have to do emergency stuff first, obviously, like all of that sort of thing.
And that's what I'm guessing is that they like, well, I know we had a scheduled appointment with Scott, but we really need to see Mr. Peterson. So we got to bring Mr. Peterson in. And
Peterson's got like a whole bicuspid hanging out by a thread, by like a nerve. And so they're like, get Peterson in here. Tell Johnson to stay where he's at. And that's kind of what happened. So that's nice. All, and thanks everybody though for that, because I needed it. Turns out it was a nice little thing.
Good,
and
I needed it too, so I'm glad it worked out.
Had a very busy day otherwise, so it was like a brief respite, as the old people say. Hey, Nicole just texted me. Let's see what this is about.
So please tell me it begins with crap.
She says, "Yep, and thanks for reminding me it's Wednesday. LOL." So that's a good thing we texted her.
Good, because she's not the only one who forgets what day it is. It's hard.
Right. A minute ago, you said that we were supposed to have the end of April off for Vegas, and you actually meant March. Remember that? It was going to be March, the end of March.
It was going to be March?
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah, remember that? It was March 30 or March 27th, was it? Was our original plan? And then it definitely wasn't April.
God, it was March. You're right. It was March.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was April last year. So
that's what I'm thinking. That's what. Yeah. See, that's.
But see, this is the whole thing with time right now. It's all left up. Nobody knows. I don't know. I don't know what day it is. Today's Wednesday? Sure, you could tell me that. I don't know. Maybe today's Thursday. I don't know what it is.
We base it on who's going to be on the show. It's like, oh, okay, Nicole, Tom. Oh, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. We're doing Wednesday stuff.
Right. Oh, today's busy too, but I won't think about that for a while. Anyway, hey, I heard you got a thing I love, and I can't wait to hear your take on it.
Yeah, so brand new on the Oculus Quest. Looks like it's been on PC for a while, but
PlayStation before
Tetris
that.
Effect.
Yeah, for like I think for a year, PSVR had it exclusively. Okay. I think, and then
this was on. Okay, so it has been on VR as well before.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
It was originally designed for that. I think that was the whole goal of it in the beginning. Was like, hey, here's a new way. Here's the VR way to play Tetris, and then the PC version lets you play without VR, but it's still the best experience.
What's the point of that?
Yeah, it's not as good. I'll agree. It's not as good as it is in VR. It's really a big difference for sure.
Yeah, but I'm totally digging it. Basically, it is. They figured out what makes Tetris great, and you basically just leave the playing field alone. Don't try and make it all, it's 3D, so we've got to make sure that they can fly through any sort of blocks that are dropping and have them like zip out to you and stuff like that. No, leave the actual gameplay alone and VR the crap out of the rest of it. Mm-hmm. And that is what I needed right now. I needed something. I mean, basically, I needed a new cover of Tetris.
Yeah, Tetris is great.
Speaking of cover,
yeah, Tetris is always fun. Never not fun. Always good. One of the greatest video games ever created by man. And here it is in a format that's like super chill and takes you away. And there's some intensity in there, but for the most part, it's kind of a chill experience.
Yeah, it's definitely chill, and it's definitely the force feedback is a new kind of cool effect, cool feel to it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's. I don't know. It's just what I needed right now.
Yeah, the art style or I don't know what you want to call it. Their take on, I don't know, it's because
you're starting out, you're going through water, like you're under sea, and then the next one it's like in space, and then another one it's like kind of African drums and stuff like that going. Mm-hmm. And I swear to God, it is exactly what I needed right now. I don't need something brand new.
Mhm.
I just needed a new version of something that is comfort food for me. And Tetris is total Zen comfort food. You know what they did? It's almost like they said, let's take what's really good about Lumines or Lumines or however you pronounce that game,
Mhm.
and put it into Tetris, but keep Tetris. Keep it Tetris.
Yeah. Yeah, keep Tetris great is what they're saying.
Mhm.
Make it great
Make
again.
Tetris great again.
Yeah. But they really did. It's an amazing
Yeah.
experience, and they're if you have a VR headset of any kind, it's pretty much on all of them now. I guess. Let me think here. Yeah, pretty much. You get PlayStation, PC, and the portable
the
Quest.
Quest.
Yeah, it's really great.
Kind of surprises me. I wonder. I've got the Quest, so I don't need it on the go. But it makes me wonder if it's available on Oculus Go, because it feels like you wouldn't need. It's not something that you need tons of controls for. Well, I take that back.
I don't think it can do. I don't think graphically it can keep up. I'm not positive, but I think
Yeah,
it's,
that's probably more the processor as opposed to the controls, because you could probably get away with the whole flippy floppy.
oh right,
thumb
that
pad
weird
thing.
control. I always forget that controller is the controller you use on
You've
there.
got a trigger, you've got a button, and then you've got a thumb pad.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me.
Yeah.
This person that's
Trackpad
playing in
kind
this
of thing.
video I'm showing the chat room is frustrating me because he's leaving a lot of gaps, and it pisses me off.
I know, that's the stressful part.
Yeah, it's hard for me to watch that. But if you haven't given it a shot and you have one of the aforementioned platforms, you should play it. And if you don't have that, let's say you just have a Switch, Tetris 99 is still an amazing game. You guys should.
Tetris 99 is fine. It's fine.
I
But
love
now
Tetris 99.
Now I'm all over this.
Except I'm mad. Last weekend they had a Tetris 99 event. If you played at all in this little event, you got a free Animal Crossing theme for Tetris 99.
Oh, I heard about that. Okay.
and it
so
looks
it's,
so cool. It looks so
music?
good. And the music and everything. Ugh, I'm annoyed. Maybe they'll just let me buy it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Anyway, that's great. I'm stoked for
Oh,
it.
yeah. So Tetris Effect, my new fun thing.
Might have to. What was it? What is it on there? What's the price? $29?
That's the problem, is 29. I mean, I've never paid. I don't know if I've ever paid for a Tetris game, let alone paid that much for a Tetris game.
Yeah.
But it's stupid worth it.
I think
It is.
I think I got it on sale on the PC for 19. I wish it was that, but I'll probably. You know what? For the escapism alone, I'll probably just plunk it down and do it.
Well, give it a week, maybe,
Yeah.
if you can, because we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of the Oculus getting released.
Yeah.
And I think I've heard that there are going to be sales like all over the place on stuff. So,
Really?
I mean, it's brand new, so who knows if they'll put that on sale, but
Still, I didn't know that. That's cool. I like
Yeah.
I like deals. I'm a deal guy.
yeah, this is basically where I buy a whole bunch of crap on the Quest that I don't play, that
Mhm.
basically stays in virtual plastic wrap.
Yeah. No, I'm down to clown with this idea. I like this idea a lot.
Yeah.
All right. That's all well and good, but we can't have a show until we do this next part, which is Dunaway related. Feels like we just did this because we didn't have a Tuesday show.
Because we didn't exactly.
But we're going to have a contest of wills and wits, and it's called...
Battle of Brains.
That's right. That's right. It has a name. It's Babble Royale, and it begins now. All right. Welcome to Babble Royale, a twice weekly combination of trivia and good times with our good friend, Mr. Brian Dunaway, all the way from South Carolina. Hello, Brian.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Hello.
How are you guys?
We're okay, man. How are you? Hey, you played Tetris Effect, right? Have you played that?
I love Scott's attitude today.
Yeah.
I guess we're
Yeah, I know. I am in one of these. I'm in a little melancholy today, and I don't know why. Just kind of feeling a little. Hey, what's your deal? How are you? You all right? You hanging in there?
I'm good. It's rainy and kind of melancholy here too, and I was just. It was shocking to hear other people melancholy.
Yeah,
Listen to that melancholy. It's palpable.
It's cloudy here. It got a little cooler today. It's a little windy. It's just it's not bad or negative. It's just kind of I couldn't get the dog to pee this morning. She just sat out there and looked at me, like stuff like that. It's annoying.
Oh, I had no trouble having the cat pee last night, by the way.
Oh, good.
The nerve, the
My guess is it wasn't where you wanted her to do it. Or him.
I don't know what the word is,
unmitigated,
but unlitigated gall.
Okay.
The nerve of my cat as I am standing in the kitchen and I look over and in the utility closets where we keep the cat litter.
Yeah.
And he is sitting next to the litter box and peeing.
Oh,
I said, you
wow.
mother of, I will end you.
That takes some cojones right there.
Right. And before you say, well, Brian probably need to clean the box out, I'm like, it was already cleaned? Well, there must be another issue. I know that.
Yeah. No,
it's called having a cat.
Yeah, having a psycho cat. Is this an older cat or a younger cat or what's
Yeah, he's getting older. He's deaf and he's got some
this is your problem.
He's got like some kind of skin problems. He'll occasionally break out.
Spatial awareness issue right now.
right, exactly. Get in.
The older they get, the more the world is their poo box. So let's just have to get used to it. All right. Well, speaking of the world and our poo box, it's time for us to play this game.
Time for us to bring someone else into our poo box.
That's right. Someone who's been very patient and on the line here for a bit. Let's find out who it is. Hi. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, this is Norm. Tom M. Norm in the chat.
Well, hello. How's it going there, Tom? I call you Tom for short. Yeah, I see him in there all the time.
Fantastic.
Hey, you tuned into something for the first time the other day, and it surprised me. What was it? You were on some live stream.
The Instance.
Oh, it was The Instance. So it's just such an unusual thing for people to find this stuff through. Well, it's not that everyone finds it through The Instance, but so many have that it always surprised me when it's the other direction. So well done. You were one of those unique snowflakes this week. Well done.
That's right. We are watching.
Yeah, that's
listeners.
Right.
Yeah, I have nothing to do with World of Warcraft. I just figured I'd check in and see what it was, and it's very, very interesting. I learned a lot.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad to hear that.
My raid team would argue that I have nothing to do with World of Warcraft as well.
Nah, you're a good marker on the floor. It's like we know where we've been.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, all right, you guys run over to Moon. You guys run over to Brian's corpse.
Yeah, Brian's corpse.
That's gonna be
that's where we're gonna pivot and switch tanks. Right where Brian died. All right. We're going to play a game today, and Brian here is going to explain the rules of the contest and what you could win.
Well, that's right, Scott. So I'm going to be giving Scott and Brian a topic, and they're going to go back and forth, giving me answers that fit that topic. If one of them gives a wrong answer, a repeated answer, or they take too long to come up with an answer, the win is going to go to the other player. Your job, Tom Norm, is to predict who's going to come out on top based on the topic today. You're playing for the carryover prizes from Monday, Wizard of Legend, and Hacknet, as well as Mr. Shifty. Make sure you read that right. It's not Mr. It's Mr. Shifty.
Mm-hmm.
All courtesy of David Ganswage and all playable on your Steam.
Yeah, all very good selections, especially Wizard of Legend. Very good game. Like it a lot. Yeah.
What we can't carry over, though, is the game that we played on Monday. As much fun as that was.
No.
We have to have a new game. We have to have a new battle. This one, actually, we were talking about, we had trivia last night, me and my trivia team, and we were talking about football. And I said, you know who loves football are Scott and Brian. They know everything about the game of football. They are so fully aware and entrenched on everything about the game of football.
Mm-hmm.
There are 21 positions that you can play on a professional NFL football team. That's a little redundant. A professional NFL team.
I'm sorry, how many positions again? What was the total number?
21 different positions that you can play.
Okay. All right.
But not like upright, on ground.
Not all simultaneously.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Like prone.
Yeah, prone. Prone is one of the
positions.
Prone position, yes.
Right. Okay. So you mean like player
bench
position?
Doesn't count either.
Right.
All right. Yeah.
All right. So 21 positions. I'm going to have you name them all. Tom Norm. I'm just going to keep calling you that because that's fun.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to win this, and who do you want to go first?
Well, I'm going to have to go with Scott to win because he's down with the Packers.
Yeah.
And
oh.
I live in Green Bay, so I got to go with that.
You have to. Sure.
Oh yeah, go Pack, go! Keep in mind, of all three of the two of them, only Brian Dunaway lives in a state that actually has a football team.
Yeah, but you'd think that would be an advantage.
Sort of, kind of is.
You
Yeah,
think that'd be an
it's a
advantage,
trick.
but
You have half-
sometimes
We have half a team.
yeah, you guys
Yeah, we'll
share
have half a
one. You
team.
have to share one. But here's the thing: without having a team, you could argue that we get way more into it because we're jealous of all the other states who have teams.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
All right, we'll see what happens. Oh, did you say
So,
Brian
like,
to go first there, Tom M. Norm?
Brian to go
Yeah,
first.
yep.
Okay.
Do you think like a state like Ohio just doesn't care because like we've got 2 teams. Oh, we don't
Yeah,
care.
or New York. It's like we got Buffalo and we got the
Right.
Jets and the Giants.
Giants. Three.
All
three
right,
teams.
so well, I'm glad those aren't positions. We just gave away some stuff.
I know you would have given everything away.
All right, Dunaway, you're first. Let's see how you do here.
I'm going to go with illegal dogfighter. Oh, no, wait. I'm going with quarterback.
QB, the field
Vic.
general.
Yeah.
Very good. He calls the plays, initiates action, handles the snap.
He is the star of the offense.
Yeah.
He is the star of the offense. He's your lead singer on the team.
Right.
The equivalent.
Let's go with a running back.
A running back, the
Yeah.
RB, also known as
We
the
got a
halfback.
good running back right now in Carolina. He's the best.
Is he?
Oh, really?
Who is he?
Oh,
what's
yeah.
what's his name?
Oh, highest pay. McCaffrey?
Oh,
highest
McCaffrey.
paid.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, he does
McCaffrey.
good.
How can you not know who that is?
I know who that
We
is.
had
Nobody
one-
else
we had
gets
one of
more
those.
money than him.
No, I knew who he was. I couldn't remember where he played. That's where I start to suck with
We had
my
his
knowledge.
dad, I think, here in Denver.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, can
At
you
the-
taste the Denver?
Can you taste the Denver? Yeah, we can always taste it.
Get a mouthful of the Denver.
Of
Back
the
to you,
Denver.
Brian.
Oh, yeah. I thought I answered that one. I felt
No,
like I
you
felt
did. You
like
were
I
just
had so much. That
you were
wasn't
just
even
talking
me.
about Scott's choice.
Well, we might as well stay on the offensive side, and we'll talk about the that guy who's always got the quarterback like filling around down there at the center.
Oh, the center.
Yeah.
Center, very
Wow.
good. Yes.
What are you doing back there?
Yeah, he's into it. All right. Oh, go ahead. Were you gonna say
Also
something?
part of the snap.
Right. He's
Is your
Part of
center.
the snap.
I just don't want to say anything that gives anything else away.
He's part of the snap.
there are
That's right.
2 of these gentlemen, or if it's a game with ladies, there'd be 2 ladies doing it.
Right.
2 ladies doing it. I should
2
shut
ladies
up.
doing it.
Outside linebacker.
Oh.
Outside linebacker. Yeah, I'll
Yep.
give it to you.
Yeah, it's on the defense.
I would hope so. It's part of this out there, right?
I really just have it as linebacker. But,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
outside linebacker. But there are inside and middle linebackers. However, we count all the linebackers as
Okay.
one
Right.
position. So,
All right. That's
so
fair.
if you were hoping to get some inside linebackers and center line,
I was actually going to say middle linebacker, so I'm glad you clarified.
Yeah, your linebackers usually they're usually the star of the defensive team.
which is kind of surprising because we do have breakdowns for other groups in here,
Mm-hmm.
but linebackers we had as one.
Maybe it's because they shift
set.
so much, and it also depends on the play. Like if your play lineup is one way, and then the snap happens and it goes a different way, you're immediately no longer a middle linebacker. You're like in a whole different place. So I don't know.
That's right, maybe.
All right, Dunaway.
You've lost Ivic completely in any interest.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
care.
linebacker, yeah.
So Brian's
linebacker,
going with
sure, linebacker.
right, linebacker. So Brian's going with a very high-paid position on the NFL teams and always highly sought after wide receivers.
The wide receiver, yes, the pass catchers.
Yeah, that's the other star usually. Usually you got your quarterback and then your star pass receiver, and if you get a good combo of those two, you may be going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's right. They start the play out wide from the rest of the formation, or at or near the line of scrimmage, an imaginary line that extends from sideline to sideline to the point where the ball is placed, and run pass routes awaiting a pass from the QB.
Nice.
And they usually get pissed. They got huge egos. They're like, "Why do you throw it to me?"
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
All right, I'm going with.
I like to give my football positions character.
Yeah.
You know,
You like the
how
Kama
they do it.
Sutra. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go with halfback. Often, sometimes they double for running backs, but halfback.
Halfback. I know that
That's
is
more like a position. That's more like a.
That's got to be on there.
What you would do. I wouldn't know if that'd be a position though, as much as.
Sure, it is.
The running back I said is also known as the halfback.
Oh, you did say that?
Yeah.
Yes,
So it's
I
not.
did
It's
say
just how
that.
it's how they're being used at the time.
Correct. I will give you. I'll let you spin again.
Yeah,
Scott,
I gotta have that one's
because I actually did say that.
All right, I missed that.
It's probably the reason why they grouped the linebackers together too, because you can be a linebacker and play according to that current play.
Yeah. You're just gonna make
In a
Brian
different
bored again.
place.
You're just making Brian bored.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Talking through my head.
Yeah, I understand.
I have my list. Go from my list.
Well, there's a right and a left on this guy, but so I don't know if it's going to count as separate. But the right or left tackles.
What do I have them in here under?
What do those guys do?
Left tackle, right tackle.
Pick one.
Right tackle.
Oh, really?
Right tackle. All right, so
Okay.
right tackle is Scott,
Crap.
because I did have him in here as separate.
Interesting.
That's
So
weird.
right tackle.
It's odd that they would add that as a. Yeah, but I guess you usually stay if you're there. I guess you.
Yeah,
do
but if they're
play
going to
the
make
right
that
tackle every
distinction,
time.
if
No,
they're gonna,
that makes sense.
If they're going to make
correct.
that distinction, they should
makes sense.
also say that the linebackers have their distinction. That's just weird.
That makes sense. Just trust me.
Doesn't-
Cornerback.
doesn't make sense.
Really?
Cornerback is your guy who's on the other side who goes, here comes that wide receiver. I better stop.
That's exactly right. Usually the fastest player on the defense. They support the run and might be asked to blitz the QB, but they spend most of their time covering wide receivers. So
We had some decent We've had some decent cornerbacks in the Panthers a couple of times, and
So hold on, there's a right and left of those guys too. Are they separate or one?
no,
They are listed as one.
Okay.
because they can play their side of
One-
the field generally.
Yeah.
It's according to who they're defending,
Yeah.
and which side they'll place them.
All right. Let's stay on the defense and say there's a safety. Somebody plays the position of safety.
I will ask you to give me a more specific answer on your safety.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
If not, then I might count this. I might.
Well, they're like the furthest
merge
dudes from
these.
they're the furthest dudes from the line of scrimmage. Like strong safety. Is that
There we go. That's it.
There you
Strong
go.
safety.
Okay.
Yep. Strong safety is what I was looking for.
All right.
It's usually the strong safety is usually strong and fast.
Yeah, they stay close, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
They're
All right.
safety. They're that like third line.
Yeah, they're
They kinda
the
stay closer.
final
They're
defense.
usually watching.
Yeah.
They're usually watching for that running back coming through.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go with the free safety because sometimes he has
There
to
you
get
go.
out there and
It's the
he has
other
to
one.
run
That's the other
around.
one is free safety. Oh, you could have used that one, Dunaway. Too bad you didn't get.
It's free safety.
Yeah.
You did. You just used
I
it.
did. I did just use it.
Yeah.
I was hoping you would just say it in conversation, but that's
Just
fine.
like you just conversationally.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm counting it whether or not he wanted to indicate that it was counted. But
All right.
yes, strong safety and free safety now specific or now covered.
They're all the safeties are covered. All right.
Safeties are covered.
Oh, geez. Defensive end.
There's a good one.
That's a very good one. Defensive end.
Yeah.
There are two of them, but they're both called defensive ends. There's not like a right defensive end and a left defensive end specifically.
Right.
So you get the defensive end name
Okay.
accounted for.
All right. All right.
And I think we've pretty much covered the defensive side, and I think these people usually don't get very much praise. The offensive line, they don't usually get the praise that the other players do because they're doing their job well.
Okay.
The quarterback looks good. If they do it poorly, they're yelled at.
Yeah.
Offensive line is not specific enough because we've actually
No.
been
I'm
named.
not saying offensive
Oh,
line. I'm saying we're going back to the offensive line.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to talk
We're-
through what we've already
really,
done.
We're taking
Well,
a
you stole it.
we're taking a walk through his brain as he's thinking.
So
of
I'm
these.
going with guard. I'm assuming I'll have to specify left guard.
Specify left guard.
I'm going to specify left guard. He's guarding for the keeping the quarterback safe. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
That's right.
Thanks for the definition.
At least the left side of the quarterback, right? Yes, very good. Left guard. Now claimed.
I'll go ahead and take right guard. Why not?
There you go. Not just a
Right.
deodorant, but a position on the field.
Yeah.
Right guard now spoken for as well.
Did
And
any
I like
famous
myself
did any
a good playing?
Oh.
What's that?
No, I was gonna say, did any famous right guards in NFL history ever do commercials for right guard deodorant? Because that would have been,
It would be perfect, right?
yeah,
Right.
Wonder
I'm
if
a
they
right
did.
guard, and I choose right guard.
That would be great.
And the only other thing is it my turn again?
Yes, it
It
is.
is your turn again.
Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to remember if we named all of them, but we do have a tight end.
I
I don't think we said that,
Is
so I'm
that
going
what you're
tight
gonna
end. Going tight end.
You think that nobody's said that before?
Why? Yes, but now I'm questioning. Maybe.
Nobody's said that yet. Tight end
Okay.
is
Jeez.
yes, hybrid between a receiver and offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Lines up next to a couple positions where you can
Right.
split out like a wide
You
receiver.
guys remember Julius Peppers?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, what a beautiful man.
Yeah.
Were they tasty?
Oh, he was like
So
9 million Scoville
beautiful.
units. That guy. He was in.
Right.
All right. Let's hop over to a couple of these and say kicker. Can't forget the kicker.
Yeah. All right.
Mhm.
Special teams, the kicker. When they're good, they're good. But boy, when they're bad, you know it, and
Yeah.
you kind of blame everything on.
And it's
the
all
kicker.
on them, man. They get these moments that are the worst. It's freaking just like,
Exactly.
if you don't
It's like
make
crunch
this,
time.
yeah,
Like exactly.
so much.
The
pressure.
game hinges on you.
Yeah.
No pressure though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
none at all. Feel bad for those guys. Anyway, all right,
Yeah.
Dunaway.
All right. So we got all the. I'm gonna go with the water boy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I was trying to
Josh.
get it doing Adam Sandler. Oh, you like your water.
Oh, there's some high quality H2O.
Well done. That's what I was going for right there.
That's where he was going. It was in there somewhere. I felt it coming.
That was good.
All right. I don't think Scott did Scott say any of the other?
Maybe I said all of them.
No, I was trying to remember. You said one,
Uh-huh.
and I'm trying to remember if you
Sometimes it's
said it.
really smart to take that low-hanging fruit while you remember what was said.
Yeah. Man,
Just saying.
let's see. Jeez. Did we? I don't remember. I know Scott said a tackle, but I don't know if he said just tackle or if he said. I think he said defensive tackle, didn't he?
I don't know what he
So I'm
said.
gonna go with.
Um,
I'm gonna go. I don't think we did. Did he say? Oh shoot!
I feel good about where this is going.
Yeah. So does Tom.
Yeah.
Can't remember if he said defensive tackle or tackle on the offensive line. I was going working it down. I thought that he said defensive tackle, but I can't remember. I'm going to go with right tackle because I can't remember.
Right tackle is the one Scott said.
That's
You
right.
could have said,
Dang it!
you could have said left tackle and you could have said defensive tackle.
Dang
Neither
it.
of those were said.
Oh man, took me right in the shorts there. Hey, I had another couple. You want to hear my other ones?
Yeah. What were your other ones that you had in the-
Holder is the dude that holds oh no, it's a different position than I'm thinking of. Sorry, who's the guy
Holder?
that holds the
Holds the ball, but
Yeah.
it's usually
No,
it's
he's
usually
not called
multi.
the holder.
No.
Yeah, usually it's
He's
not
like
that.
backup quarterback guy. It's a rare thing that even gets used or talked about, but there is a position in football called the holder.
Is that part of the 21 official though?
That's not in my list.
It's not on your list,
Because
so it may
there's
not
a
have
difference
won.
between position and official position and how they're used.
Well, there's
in the
also
game.
there's also context, right? Like, so you could say, oh, a kick
person-
returner is the
person
guy
who
that runs
holds
back
it.
with the kick, right? But that's
Right.
only
Right.
if the kick lands in the guy's arms. Now
And
he's suddenly there.
kick returner is on the is on here as well as a punt returner. You guys didn't say
Yeah,
punter,
special-
but I
I
think we were
didn't
talking
think about the
the
special
holder
teams
is
at
the
all.
Yeah.
Long
Went there
snapper.
first.
A long snapper is the guy who holds the ball. Now, if he also is, if he also has another role, serves as an offensive lineman, but for blocking field goal or punt.
Yeah, I
but,
should have went
long
to special
snapper is-
teams.
long
Yeah.
snapper. Also, nobody said fullback.
Oh, fullback!
Oh.
Frick!
Yeah, you guys got the running back. You guys got let's see, right tackle, right. Nobody said. Oh yeah, you said right guard, center, left guard. Nobody said left tackle, but I mentioned that. All the other ones here were spoken for. Defensive tackles is what Brian could have said.
Well, we did well.
And
Did you
didn't.
know?
You guys did really well.
Has anyone caught the long snapper in Animal Crossing New Horizons yet? Because boy, that fish will.
I have, and if you place him after you catch him, he just sits there. He's not in a aquarium or
That's
anything.
true. If you get those turtles and you can have them just be your pet, put them by the doghouse and use your pet.
It's weird.
Yeah, recommended. Actually, it's very cool. It's hard to find them though.
Really?
Finding those turtles is hard.
Really?
I have
Oh, yeah.
not gotten a single turtle.
They're
I've caught
rare.
the crap out of those things.
Brian, get in the mail. Send me a turtle. What are you doing? Send
I'll
me.
do it.
Scott likes turtles.
turtles. But what I like more than turtles is the fact that this is happening.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
You win, dude. Well done on the pick. How do you feel about your win today?
I feel fantastic. I feel very confident.
Oh, good. You've then I feel like my job here is done, and I'm happy that you won. That means you got to send an email to Brian Coverville at gmail.com. He will send you your codes. You'll be able to play them immediately, and you are our winner today. Congratulations and well done.
Nicely done, Tom. Num.
Yes, num. Brian Dunaway and I can't talk now. This happens after this trivia stuff. I fart out all my brain power on the trivia, and then the rest of the day I'm screwed. So that's just the way it works. Anyway, Dunaway and I put out a really great Boop show on Monday. If you haven't heard it, you should go check it out. We talk at length about a bunch of games, including the recently out of early access version of Deep Rock Galactic, which is a fantastic co-op game, also pretty good solo. Been having a blast
Also,
with that.
A good portable water dispenser.
Yeah, the Deep Rock Galactic. Yeah. That's the one.
And don't forget about Fury Unleashed, a very good, fun roguelike. This is comic
really
book based.
It's very good. Brian and I were talking about how the art kind of sucks at first, but once you give it a second, it sort of works. It's like
It does.
They're going for this like junior high stoner kid art style. And at first you're like, oh, it's just kind of not great. But then
The game drawn into a desk with a
kind of
with a
it's just that kind of like, hey, dude, check out what I drew on my Trapper Keeper kind of look to it. But once you realize the tone and what they're sort of going for, it's very good. So
man, you know what we should do? We should someone suggest. Now I can't do it now. I'm going to suggest it, but man, I would love for somebody to send us in some trivia about Trapper Keepers.
Oh yeah,
How many folder binders are in a Trapper Keeper?
I would lose this horribly.
Would it be like because remember those came with a bunch of stickers for your different classes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was never the right ones. It was like, all right, well, math. Okay, I've got 2 math classes right now. Which one do I use this for?
Oh man, you just gave me I just had a weird feeling in my stomach when you said 2 math classes right now.
Right.
Ugh.
Name intellectual properties that were put on Trapper Keepers. My Little Pony.
Right. Name all the
Care Bears.
basketball players drawn on a peachy folder.
Yeah, sounds about right. Well, anyway, that's up at frogpants.com/boop or anywhere you get your podcasts. So go check it out. It's a great show about indie video games that Brian and I do. Other than that, Brian Dunaway, anything else you want to say before we go?
We got Film Sacks weekend, and I was going to go look at the sheet, but I can't remember what we're watching, so I'm just going to ask it here on the show. It's a cheat.
I don't remember. What are we watching?
Final Destination 2.
No,
You're going to make me go look at the stupid sheet. Dang it!
I don't
I'm
remember.
pulling it up right now. I'm pulling it up right now.
I feel like I should remember this.
Beastmaster.
Beast. Of course, we should remember that.
Yeah, it's right there in the notes there, man. Look at it says Beastmaster right there.
For some of you old school ELR fans, you know, the way back in the ELR days, we talked about Beastmaster a lot. So this is going to be
Beefmaster.
Beefmaster.
Favorite of Obsidian, is that right?
Yeah, Obsidian. No. It was Andrew Koniecki's favorite.
Andrew, that's right. Andrew.
He loved the Beastmaster. He was super into it, and I think it's because
the Beefmaster.
He thought that the main guy was a sexy man. That's what I think he was.
He's a sexy man.
Yeah, he's a sexy man. Sure. Brian Dunaway, suck our butts. We'll see you later. Bye.
Jeez. Slurp, Scott.
Slurp. Oh,
Correct
slurp
word,
my butt.
slurp.
Yeah.
One more quick thing before we completely leave the Babel Royale island and head back to our own island. TMS Babel Royale is now a website you can visit. Go to TMS Babel Royale. Here's the trick. You have to know how to spell Babel Royale. BABBLEROYALE. There are 6 letters in each word in Babel Royale. You begin that with a TMS. TMSBabbleRoyale.com. And it'll tell you who's currently leading between Scott and Brian.
Oh, this is not good. Sorry. I went to the site. It says, warning, potential security risk ahead.
I get the SSL on there. I got to figure out because I get that too.
I don't know what that is. That's weird. Copy link. Let me try this again just to make sure it works.
No, it's I've got an SSL certificate on there, and it's fine. Trust me, you're going to the right place. But
Says, if you visit this site, attackers could try to steal your information, like your passwords, emails, and credit card.
Yeah.
None of which Brian will have.
I guess if you go to HTTPS, it just means that I haven't. I must not have done the both www and the non-www version.
Oh, right.
Of the SSL certificate.
Right.
Maybe that's it.
Oh, wait. No, good. It does it either way for me. It resolves
Does it either way?
Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you know what I did wrong, please contact me, coverville@gmail.com. I thought I did it correctly. If you allow it to go through, you'll see the site. But
yeah, just go ahead and go. Who cares?
I should fix that before we get any further.
Yeah, it's got some great art in the header. It's very cool. And you can look at our topic list. And most importantly, isn't there a way on here to like contact and say, hey, I want to submit
There will be. I got to figure out a good way to do it because a lot of people send me spreadsheets as attachments, and I want to make sure to allow people to attach something to send to me as well.
I just found something funny. So you're using the carousel image thing. If you do it, if you press it, it takes you from that cool.
Your title goes here.
Your content goes here. Edit or remove text in line.
Yeah, I totally scramble just to get something up there yesterday so that we have something to point to today. But
We've all been there. All right, I'm getting out of that. So anyway, go check it out. It'll also be linked on the TMS site. I'll put that in there later today, and that way.
And I will have a thing up there. I'll fix the certificate thing first, but I'll figure out a way to have a submission form on there that you can do an upload with.
Oh, very nice. All right. That's it for all that. That was fun. I enjoyed all that very much. What time is it?
A lot of stuff.
We even have time for news. Time for the news, brought to you by
Coverville, where today we're going to be doing a tribute to Mark Mothersbaugh of the band Devo. He is turning 70. Actually, he turned 70 yesterday. So holy cow. We got to celebrate with some Devo music. So of course, covers of things like Whip It, Girl You Want, Beautiful World, Freedom of Choice, Through Being Cool, all that stuff, as well as a couple covers by the band themselves. Devo today, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, twitch.tv/Coverville.
Was Mark Mothersbaugh like 52 when he started the band? Like, how is he 70 something?
Yeah, he's 70s. The band started in the 70s, maybe even couldn't have been the late 60s, definitely in the 70s.
So he's probably in his 30s or something then, or maybe low 30s. Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Plus he did some cool music. He's done a couple of movie soundtracks or something, right?
He's done quite a few movie soundtracks. Mm-hmm. He does a lot of stuff with animated film movie soundtracks. So he's kind of like the other Tim Burton kind of, not Tim Burton, but the other like Tim Burton, Danny Elfman kind of collaboration. Yeah,
he's an interesting dude.
1972 is when Devo started. So 48 years ago.
Yeah, so he's been
49 years ago. So
he would have been 29.
Yeah,
that's a late start to a band, but still cool. Quite the what do you call it? The legacy he's got going there.
Yes. I have a legacy band member.
I have a doll.
He can't win any awards anymore.
I have a doll version of him in the yellow jumpsuit with the dumb hat.
The red cone hat.
Yeah, where is that? Oh, it's somewhere in this mess. I've kept it for years and years. I love it. I don't know when it has interchangeable heads, so you can be any one of the band members. So it's got a Mothersbaugh head and a whoever the other guys are.
Jerry Casale, and those are the only two I can think of. Yeah. Jerry Casale and Mark Mothersbaugh, the only names I can think of from Devo.
Okay,
there's also a PPE kit that you can make with the energy dome and a plastic shield.
Oh wow, that's cool. I'd wear that. So this is interesting. He did the music theme for the Super Mario World animated TV show in 1991. He did the theme for Sewer Shark, the 1992 video game for the Sega CD.
Oh, wow. So he's done video game stuff as well.
Yeah. And he did the Sliders theme for the TV show Sliders.
Really?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Jerry O'Connell connection.
The Mr. Potato Head show. All right, that's cool. Oh my gosh, he's been doing all sorts of stuff. Hotel Transylvania 3 Summer Vacation. He's credited.
Like lots of animated stuff.
That was just last year. That's crazy. What else? Hawaiian Vacation? Really?
Hawaiian Vacation?
Was that a vacation movie? Maybe not.
Not one of the Chevy Chase, not one of the Griswolds movies.
All right, he did.
TV's Travis at Thor Ragnarok. Really? Mark Mothersbaugh did the Thor Ragnarok music.
No, Love and Thunder it says, but I wonder what that means. He didn't do Ragnarok.
That's the upcoming Thor movie.
Yeah, and it says, hold on, I'm trying to see what he did. It may be a small bit or a song. Maybe
Travis does both. Are you sure he didn't do both? I think he did both, Scott. Might have done both.
I don't think so. Maybe just Whippet's in there. I don't know. Anyway, Whip it good. Here we go. Here's the news.
Yes.
South Korean football team has apologized, thankfully. Jeez Louises, when were they going to say sorry? For using sex dolls to fill the stands. Oh, man. Professional football team in South Korea has apologized after mannequins, quote unquote, because they're really sex dolls, it used as substitute fans during a match this weekend turned out to be sex dolls. The K-League club FC Seoul said the dolls, which had been dotted around stands, currently off limits to supporters due to the coronavirus outbreak, had been ordered inadvertently after a misunderstanding with the supplier. So this is what they were doing.
The problem was,
Yeah.
it wasn't so much that it was offensive. The problem was that the players thought that they were just constantly booing because they're all in the stands going, ooh.
For reasons. Yeah.
For reasons.
We're not going to explain it all, but there's the picture. You can see it. They do have all of the mannequins wearing masks. Most of them, anyway.
Oh, those are like...
Yeah, they're super realistic.
Not that I know.
Well, they're not like that one on your wall or whatever you got.
They're not like, my Chuck Palahniuk blow-up doll over there.
Right.
Those are like the expensive...
Yeah, these are like fleshy
$5,000 life dolls or whatever. They're real dolls.
Yeah, totally. Which is kind of expensive. I don't know. That part is not clear how they got all the money to do that. But anyway, earlier in the month, they became the first major football league to hold matches since the start of the pandemic. So with the season's opening game, watched by a worldwide audience of fans starved for live football, they tried to, what they say is add a touch of realism by having all of these bodies in stands, even though there weren't real people, but it was going to look good on camera. They were all sex dolls, so well.
They're also it's like all women too.
Yeah. Also, someone clipped us going ooh?
Yeah,
I'm gonna play
a couple
it.
People did. Yeah,
I gotta play it. Hold on, this is too funny to not do.
Going ooh.
Oh Lord!
Hilarious. I think this is great, and they should not have to apologize for this, especially when you see the photos where it kind of looks like football players' token wives all sitting in the.
Well, I don't know why
trophy wives, not trophy wives.
I don't know why it would be a problem no matter what they use. If the goal was to have human-looking humans sitting distances apart in a stadium full of no real people, what's the problem with using these? They're not having sex out there; they're just hanging out. Yeah. I think it's fine. They shouldn't have to apologize.
Maybe the problem is that the seats are going to be all sticky now.
Ooh, they are steets when they're sticky.
Steets,
yeah.
Sticky steets.
Sticky seats are steets. Llamas, turns out, are the actual real unicorns of our world because it turns out they may be the magical secret weapon against the coronavirus.
All right, so everybody go out, find a llama, and eat it today.
Eat a llama. Stop the virus.
I've had 5 llamas today, deep fried.
Oh, by the way,
but very good llamas. I actually get the best llamas. People tell me that llamas are.
So I'm gonna actually clear the air on something. You know how on this show, the only time Trump comes up is either I find a funny clip and I play it like this one.
You'll have nobody guarding your potatoes.
Okay, that's a funny clip, so I played it. It doesn't matter who said that. That's funny. I would have played it if I don't know.
Yes.
Whoever said
Biden said it.
Biden said it. Whoever. It doesn't matter.
Or whoever said it.
Yeah,
yes.
It's just that, he's always making sound bites. So once in a while those play. And then the other time he gets invoked is Brian will do a great impression of him like you just did. Mm-hmm. That's kind of it. So please stop sending me emails.
And jury will.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but it's a politics segment. Of course
that on the Tuesday second half of the show for sure.
And even on those segments lately, it's been more about the virus and less about politics. So what I'm saying is, to those people who send me sternly worded emails saying, I love your show, but you've just got to stop piling on Trump. We barely talk about him.
Yeah.
He doesn't come up.
We gently, but we don't pile on him. What do? We gently lay upon Trump.
We don't do anything. Like my point is, he makes up seriously almost 0% of a weekly content. If you were going to take the entire show for a week and do a percentage chunk of what was any kind of Trump talk, it's less than it's zero in practicality. Right. Like 0.0001% or something. We don't talk about him. So quit telling me we do, and quit cherry picking what we say. We don't do that. Brian does a really great impression, and when he does, it's funny. And we're going to keep doing that. You may have noticed, Brian, I got an email from somebody, and they were all
apparently so. Yes, exactly.
And I was really annoyed by it. Also, they gave me a fake email address, so I couldn't even reply to them.
You couldn't even reply.
Yeah. There's the capital frustration. You send me something where you're all upset and you're demanding me give you answers for something, but you don't include a real email. It just says like
failing email.
It just says fu@fu.com or something like that.
Really?
I don't remember. Whatever it was.
But yeah, you know what? Sorry if he or she, if him or her is still listening. If him is still listening.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I don't get it. Like when no one ever complained to me when we were doing the Hail Satan thing from Obama when he was still in office. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. We did that all the time. All the time. Nobody said a word.
I don't think he's saying Hail Satan. I think he's saying Green Needle.
Let's see. Let's play. I got it right here.
Hail Satan. No. I submit to the dark side.
No, that's Saul. Hold on. Oh, it's Thank You, Satan. That's what it is.
That's right. Thank you, Satan.
Right, here it is.
Thank you, Satan.
There he is. And here's Brian.
Thank you, Satan. That was right before I told Dale Cooper that gum he likes is coming back in style.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm all out of gum. I'm synced with you. That was cool. Doesn't happen on Skype very often, but once in a while you get synced up.
Yep.
All right. Oh, there's one more. Thank you, Satan. Hold on.
Thank you, Satan.
All right. That's the best one. All right. Anyway, if the llamas, they're going to be the secret weapon. Here's the deal. A study published last week in the journal Cell, CELL, not to be confused with the Stephen King book by the same name, which is all about cell phones making people zombies.
Don't go reading that to try and figure out your coronavirus.
No, that's a great book. I really enjoyed it. Anyway, it found that antibodies in llamas' blood could offer a defense against the coronavirus. In addition to larger antibodies like ours, llamas have small ones that can sneak into spaces on viral antibodies that could protect humans who have not been infected. The magic of llamas' furry friends helped. That's a thing for a photo. International researchers owe their findings to a llama named Winter, a 4-year-old resident of Belgium. Her antibodies had already proved themselves able to fight SARS and MERS, leading researchers to speculate that maybe it could work on COVID-19. And indeed, the cell structure, at least, they were effective against it. So, hey, llamas, they're the answer. We're going to get there.
Blood.
Yeah.
Give us your blood, llamas.
Give us your blood, llamas. You're the winners of today. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Tom Merritt with Tech Time and Nicole with Recommendals. And as we always say, and more. So stick around, but we got music before that. Brian, what do you got?
Yeah, big thanks to Grandstand Media and Domino Records for sending me this one. This is Allison Mosshart. She has a brand new 7-inch.
Don, I want you to meet the producer of the picture, Mr. R.F. Simpson. Hello.
How do you do, son? I just saw some of the rushes for the picture and asked Dexter here who the team of stuntmen were. He told me they were all you. I think you've got something, Don. I'm going to put you and Lena together in a picture. Come over to my office after lunch. We'll discuss a contract.
Back to Pokemon Go.
The Morning Stream. No dicks here.
And we're back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Don't you miss this lady?
Back to Pokemon Go.
She was great.
Oh, so miss that lady.
Wonder what she talks about these days. She probably refuses to wear a mask at a store. She's probably, yelling about her rights at some poor Applebee's employee.
Totally.
She needs a haircut. Back to
I think
Pokemon
I missed
Go.
the Applebee's thing. That spiked up a while ago, and I don't remember.
I don't even know if it was specifically Applebee's, but people are just, everyone's being Karen right now. And trying to, not everyone, I shouldn't say that. Only a few people are, and they're being so obnoxious about it and doing it on live video that it's hard to avoid. So that's all that is. All right, let's get Tom Merritt in here.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I want to talk about tech, and I'll bet he has tech to talk about. And how do I know this? Because this plays.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
That man is Tom Merritt. He is here with us now, and he is going to share with us the greatest technology news of our day. Literally this day, our day today, right?
I will. Or yesterday.
Depends. Okay. You could do yesterday. That'd be fine.
Yeah. Past 24
tech
hours.
Of yesterday.
I just before I do that though, is a large number of Karens a privilege of Karens?
Oh, I love it.
I do like what do they call that? Animal collectives. I love animal collectives.
Yeah, a collective noun. I can't take credit for that. I saw that someone say that on Twitter, and I thought it was. I'm like,
it's very good. I was going to say you should post that. It would go viral, which is what everybody seems to want.
It did.
Yeah,
it
already went viral. All right. I like that though. Hey,
also, are we still saying go viral? Is that gonna survive all
that's
this?
a great
I don't
question.
know. Maybe
too soon.
Maybe
Tom.
Anytime anyone says that now, it's impossible to take it out of the context, right? You just
and
have
can
to
I
hear
still
it.
call you and Brian COVID hosts?
Yes, you can. You can still do that.
Because we're on the vid right now.
Yeah, the video.
Co-video hosts or hosts. Yeah, you can do that. I want to be called Rona is my new name. Please call me Rona.
How many babies being born right now are named Rona?
Oh, I hope hardly any. I hope no one does that.
Probably zero.
That would be bad. Anyway, so Tom, tell us what is happening in the world of tech today. I'm so excited.
Lots of stuff. Today is a big day for Amazon Game Studios. I don't know if it's a big day for gamers. We had Patrick Beja on the show talking about this yesterday in advance of the launch today. But Crucible is out. That's Amazon's free-to-play shooter. All of the reviews are like, this shouldn't be very good on paper, but I found it fun anyway. Kind of is the tone to them.
Yeah.
It's an open, objective-based map. It's kind of like Overwatch, but they have multiple modes that make it a little more like League of Legends.
Yeah.
Let me run through the main modes. There's an 8 versus 8 struggle over resources called Harvester Command, a 4-on-4 mode where you also have giant monsters spawning that you have to beat before you can beat the other team. That's Heart of the Hives. And then a kind of a battle royale sort of thing, a mini battle royale, 16-player mode with 2-person teams called Alpha Hunters. The cool thing about that one is if your teammate dies, you can find someone else whose teammate died and form a temporary alliance until there are 3 people left. Then your alliance is dissolved. However, if you maintain your 2-person team all the way to the end, you get to keep it when you're down to the last 3.
That's kind of cool, actually. That sounds like a fun mode. So I've been hearing the same exact thing. I haven't had a chance to play it yet. I plan to this week if I get my hands on it. But they've been working on this forever. It's been kind of hush-hush and behind closed doors. This and a big MMO they have yet to show anybody, really, other than some preview stuff, but real picky about what they've shown there. And this was going to be their chance to say, hey, we can make a legitimate game studio here at Amazon. And they hired away a ton of really talented people. So I actually have some kind of confidence in this. I think their stuff's going to probably be okay. But to hear that this game is good, fun to play, is good. I think people are just naturally skeptical of this sort of thing because, it's Amazon or whatever. But Amazon's got the money and deep pockets to pay people to make this happen. So I'm actually kind of excited about it. I'm going to check it out.
So all the stuff that they did on the Fire Stick and Fire TV, the games that were part of that weren't made by Amazon Game Studios. Those were like all third party.
So you know what? That's a good point. I think some of them were, but it was not like a big. Those were considered not quite mobile games, but they were not big, massive. This is you can play this on your big rig, your PC, your Alienware, etc.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I don't know how much of that. A lot of that stuff was definitely third party, but maybe some of it was theirs. Yeah. But their whole point in establishing those studios was to say, we are going to get into this in a serious way. And a lot of people at the time said, ooh, expect some hardware console business out of Amazon, like eventually like a Fire console, like something called the Amazon Fire. That was the rumor floating around. And maybe or maybe not, there were prototypes or they were thinking about doing that. I think they've probably abandoned that idea now and just kind of want to get out there as a publisher. And
if I could make a wild guess, what they're planning to do is get a few of these titles out there, and they hope build up a name of like, hey, that Amazon game stuff is not that bad. Then create their own game streaming service combined with an integration with Twitch, which is, a huge advantage for them. And then make that available on existing recent generation Fire TVs, and probably come out with some new Fire branded device that takes advantage of that game streaming.
Yeah.
What I know for certain is Amazon's going to get into game streaming just like Google Stadia at some point. Just nobody really knows exactly what the form is.
Yeah, that seems inevitable. They're up there as having the biggest infrastructure for cloud gaming. They just straight up do. So either they're going to partner with somebody.
They've got AWS, they've got Twitch. They, there's all the parts are there to make a great service.
Yeah, all they have to do is do it in a way. YouTube learned this the hard way, but like Twitch is when you try to compete with Twitch, like Microsoft's got Mixer now, and they've made some inroads, but they don't have near the audience of Twitch, and people are really skeptical of it.
Yeah,
that stuff comes along and they go, I don't know, you guys look like you're pretenders to the crown or whatever. Gamers are picky, so I think Amazon's just being cautious because they don't want to. I don't know.
I'm jumping the track of our topic here, but it makes me wonder because Mixer had some very high profile signings where they got people away from Twitch. And not that it's hurt them and not that Mixer is failing, but it hasn't hurt Twitch, right?
Right.
I wonder if Spotify signing Joe Rogan to an exclusive, that's the other news from yesterday, starting in September, Joe Rogan Experience will be exclusive to Spotify.
Yeah.
If that ends up not having the effect Spotify intends, similar to what Mixer's doing.
Well, I can tell you that, I think I'm in a biased position, so take this for the grain of salt that it is. As a creator, but I can't stand these exclusions or these exclusives in the world of podcasting. I think it just goes against the entire thing. That being said, if somebody came up to Brian and I and said, "Hey, for $5-6 million a year, well, you just have to be on Spotify only," it'd be hard to turn that stuff down, man.
It'd be really hard. Yeah.
My take yesterday was, this is great for Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
He's going to cash a check. He's got a multi-year deal. When it ends, if he looks at it and says, "Yeah, I didn't see the growth that I wanted," I don't think he'll be in bad shape, right? I don't think this is probably a very smart move for Joe Rogan, depending on how many zeros are at the end of that contract. And I'm sure there had to be a lot to make him do it.
Right.
Whether it will do for Spotify what it intends is the open question.
Right. And I'm going to be curious to see how that all plays out, just because I don't know. That's a fascinating move to create exclusivity in the podcasting world, and they're not the first to do it, but this is easily the most high profile company to do it.
It's a weird situation because it's exclusivity to an app, but it's easy enough for everyone to install the app, and Spotify being the app that a lot of people already use for their music means that the transition might be seamless. If and Joe Rogan has 190 million fans by apparent estimates. 190 million listeners. So if a bunch of those have Spotify, it might work for Spotify to move millions of people into listening to podcasts on Spotify. They may go to the trouble of like, yeah, you know what? Fine. I'll just move all my podcasting listening over there. Why not? A few big Joe Rogan fans who aren't Spotify might now install Spotify, even if it's just the free, so they can listen to Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Right.
But in general, the principle that I have seen is when you make people do something to keep something, they're more likely to give up that something than do the thing.
Right.
There had to be a worry, a concern of losing listeners for him. I don't know, maybe some sort of fear factor that was involved with losing a big portion of his listeners. That
no, it's a great point.
And now he has to compete with other things like news, radio, other things like that he has to.
Brian bringing up all the Rogan. You know what? Sorry, you get inspiration for this for our campaign today. Well done.
That was masterful. By the way.
That was very good. All right. Well, interesting stuff afoot, of course. And as always, on the Daily Tech News Show, we dissect this and other topics That'll happen today. I'll be on there. It's my day. It's Wednesday. I'm very excited. Tom, anything else going on you want to mention?
Yeah. Yesterday's Daily Tech News show not only touched on Crucible and the Joe Rogan thing, but we had Xavier Guillemin from Podcast Addict on to talk about his app getting pulled down from the Play Store, allegedly for being in violation of restrictions against COVID-19.
Talking about COVID. Yeah, I saw this.
When all he does is have an app that has podcasts, some of which, including mine, talk about COVID-19.
Yeah.
And then getting a public apology on Twitter from Hiroshi Lockheimer from Google and having it reinstated, but never, ever talking to a person from Google through the entire situation.
Yeah, that sounds a little like when someone I know lost their YouTube account. Weird.
Yeah.
You don't say.
You two would have commiserated on yesterday's show. So that's in the feed right now, dailytechnewsshow.com. And of course, we've got great stuff coming up today with Scott Johnson.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'll be on there later. Tom Merritt, everybody. Ace Detect on Twitter. Go follow him. Tom, we'll see you later. Bye now.
See you, Tom.
Tom and I are also working on a massive overhaul of what Current Geek is. And people are going to be blown away. Maybe
be filled like the edition is going to be an audience filled with South Korean sex dolls.
I mean, we haven't quite gotten that level of awesome, but we're working on it. But no, we're going to take it in. I can't say much about it except to say this. This is total Johnson poll, but it's very cool. And it's the kind of thing that maybe Spotify might want to,
invest in.
Yeah. Just throw us a little of that Spotify money.
Right.
Joe Rogan money. All right. Nicole Time. I'm going to pull her in here. Oh, man, this video of the Costco guy. Have you seen this?
No.
I got to hear it. Hold on. We're going to listen to this and just see what he says.
I'll just put you on my 3,000 follower Instagram feed. Mostly local.
Hi, everyone.
All right. So he's trying to check out without a mask, the guy. Or he's trying to just do anything without a mask in the store. And the guy in the store is saying, you have to wear your mask, sir. You can't be in here. And so then the guy starts the video and says, I'm going to show this to 3,000 people on my Instagram who he follows him. Okay, so then it goes from there. So here you go. And the guy in the mask is the store manager guy. So here you go.
For Costco, and I'm asking this member to put on a mask because that is our company policy. So either wear the mask.
And I'm not doing it because I woke up in a free country.
Have a great day.
So you're going to take this cart from me.
Sir, have a great
full
day.
Of stuff.
You are no longer welcome here in our warehouse. You need to leave. Thank you very much.
You put it on. I'll give you my card. He's going to take the card away because he's a pussy little bitch. There he is, walking away with all my stuff. There you go.
It's not your stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a fucking sheep.
Oh, beep, beep, boop, beep. Yeah. You know what? This whole thing where it's your freedoms. You are on private property with a company that can make any policy they want. They can make a policy that says, sorry, if you come in here wearing sunglasses, you're not allowed. They could do that, and it would be arbitrary.
They have a policy. They publish that policy. It's your choice to shop there, whether or not.
Exactly.
But that is their store policy.
That is their policy. They get to choose it. You don't get to choose it. And so no matter what it is, this has nothing to do with your civil rights and your freedoms. Nothing.
Is this really the hill you want to die on?
For
real?
Not
wearing a mask? I mean, come on. Your forefathers fought over taxation without representation, throwing tea into Boston Harbor. We're asking you to wear masks so that you don't spread COVID to other people if you're infected and are asymptomatic. That's it.
I hate
That's
it. I hate it. I freaking hate it. And I understand it's frustrating and a pain. I get that. It's just inconvenient.
Freedoms.
But come on, dude. And also just making pretend. Like these people that go up to stores and go, I have a medical condition that I'm not required to disclose to you that will allow it so that it says I can't wear a mask. Shut up. Liars. First of all, you're lying. Second of all, HIPAA doesn't work that way. HIPAA is about other people sharing your medical information, not you. You can tell him. You can tell him exactly what it is. A, and B, there is no condition. You don't have one.
Right, exactly.
And if it was a problem with, if you hear that video and you're listening right now and you go, Costco's wrong in this case, then don't go to Costco. They're not the government. You're not guaranteed entry. It's private property, and a company can tell you to do whatever they want to do. They can tell you to leave and go. That's it. Done. Finished.
Exactly. Store policy is store policy.
That's where it starts and ends. They have the store. You don't. You don't do what they say. You can't go in. Done. I'm going to Costco more. Those guys are great. All right.
About where you can get the only place you can get flour right now, but you have to buy a 25-pound bag.
That's true. But see, that was always true. And it was always kind of bad. It was like, I need a little nacho cheese. Sorry, sir. You have to buy 3 cans of the stuff. Yeah.
You get a giant can.
Yeah.
And once you open that can, you've got 2 weeks to use all that nacho cheese.
Yeah, if you don't eat it all, you're screwed. It's going to go rancid, and nobody wants your nacho cheese. Oh, hi, Nicole. Can she not hear us? She doesn't know we can hear her. Nicole, are you there? Yeah, I kind of hear you. Are you there?
We can hear you. We can hear you. Can you hear us?
She went away.
Oh, she went away.
Yeah, let's ring her again. See what happens.
Apparently called her on her Amazon Echo.
Hello? Are you there?
Can you hear us? I'm going to let her know in chat we can hear you. We can hear
sort
you.
of. I don't hear her now.
You can hear me.
Oh, we can hear
I
you.
can hear you. I heard you for like a blip.
Oh. Do you hear us now?
That sounded like an answer.
It did. I guess it's not.
I guess it's just good timing.
Daryl 2.0 is what we're having right now.
How much to buy Nicole a really cheap computer that she can only use for TMS? Like, Mark doesn't touch it.
Yeah.
The kids don't touch it.
Yep.
It only gets turned on Wednesdays at 10:15.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
I'm sorry. I don't know why I can't hear you.
Oh, are you some sort of mute deal going on there?
Headphones?
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm going to pause.
Talk amongst yourselves.
We have been.
Oh, we will. And we'll keep doing it. Oh, I get so worked up about these people. I'm so angry about it.
Change the output.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes,
are you there?
Oh, I can hear you.
Oh, good. Yay. What was that?
I don't know. Discord decided to change all my settings, and I don't know why.
No, you forget the basic rule. You blame Mark. You're supposed to blame Mark.
Yeah, exactly. It's always Mark.
Yeah.
No, it was this Discord this time.
Oh.
I had to go into the settings. I'm like, okay, this doesn't make any sense.
By the way, your husband still, for all the Marks I know, I only know one Mark with a C at the end. And I still say that's the coolest spelling of Mark. That's how it should be for everybody.
That's how he feels.
Yeah, it's just badass. It's just a cool name. So you should tell him I said that, and it's not no homoeroticism going on. I just really like the name. Just let him know.
Hi,
All right.
Ava. Hi, Ava.
Oh, we got a little one with us, do we?
I'm on a call.
Of course, this is when she needs you. Of course, that's normal.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm laughing. I can't turn on the video until she's gone.
It's no fun. Okay. It's fine. That's part of your. It's a HIPAA.
You can hear the joys of a little girl potty.
Oh, that's cute. Hey.
I sent you a link.
Oh, you
I
did?
wanted to share with you the 2025 kindergarten incoming class. It is hilarious.
20. So it's this looks funny.
So it's really funny. I don't know if you can play it for everybody.
I can. Let's see. So I'm gonna hit play. Here we
Hey
go.
boys and girls, first day of kindergarten. Miss Jones here. I'm going to call out the attendance whenever you hear your name. Just say here, present, whatever you'd like to say. This is how I check to see who's here and who's not. All right, number 1. We've got Baskin. Somebody's mom watched Tiger King. Charmin, are you here? Great, Charmin's here too. Clorox. I see you over there, you cute little girl. Or boy. COVID Lee. That's how I spell my name. Lee, not COVID. Corona. With a K and an apostrophe.
So this is basically predicting everybody's name in 5 years.
You guys were talking about it.
Corona Lynn.
Corona Lynn with a K. I love it. Well, plus we talked about your husband and his cool C name. This is perfect that we did that.
Yep.
Nicely done. Nice catch.
Nice.
All right.
It's a cute little video. I'll put it in the chat too. It's a Facebook post. I don't. It's probably on YouTube right now.
It's also public on Facebook, so people can see it.
Is it public on Facebook?
Oh yeah. You'd be all right.
Funny
all right.
stuff,
well,
funny stuff.
Good stuff indeed. Let's do some more good stuff. Let's do recommendals. This
Yay!
is where. Oh, did I even play your thing? I didn't. Hold on.
That's okay.
I'm playing it anyway. Damn it. Can't have a whole Wednesday segment without the proper intro music.
I can do video now. And yes, I have a bathroom right behind me. My office is in the laundry room.
Oh. So you got the little. So she had to go potty, is what happened there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, she should have.
I've used that bathroom.
Have you?
Yes,
I have.
No, did you leave it in decent shape, or what'd you do in there?
I left a little bit of it.
Tore it up. He tore it up.
Plugged it up. Well, all right. We are gonna we're gonna dive in. We're gonna do some recommendals here. We're gonna start with Brian because he's got some stuff lined up here. Brian, do you have any setup for your clippage here?
This is funny because there are two things that came out from the same area last year that were kind of the same thing but different. And this is the one of the two that I wanted to check out and I really enjoyed it.
So kind of Armageddon, Deep Impact kind of thing?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
It's more like Armageddon than Armageddon.
Oh, all right. Wow.
But we'll listen to the clip and talk about it afterwards.
All right. Don't know what to think here. Here we go.
What is it?
There's no naturally occurring phenomena that can produce a signal like this. I believe we have detected evidence of extraterrestrial life. Can't you hear it?
People need to get somewhere completely encased in metal or deep underground.
Helen, open up! What are you doing here?
You gotta come with me right now. Is it like this everywhere? How would you know, man? There's no phone, no internet. You have somewhere to go? I have to find my family.
We're looking for our son. Some people made it out.
We'll find him, Helen.
Help me, please.
I like your dramatic ending. That's great.
Just a little guess.
Yeah.
That is, somebody in the chat room, Luke Skywalker, guessed it. It is War of the Worlds. There were two BBC adaptations of War of the Worlds, one that takes place in modern times, which is this one with Gabriel Byrne and Elizabeth McGovern. I think I'll watch just about anything that's got Gabriel Byrne. I really like him.
Oh, yeah. He's default good in everything he does. Yeah.
He is, and he's really good in this one, too. This is a kind of a modern retelling of the H.G. Wells War of the Worlds, but as you heard, the internet, cell phones, things like that are around. They just can't use them. And it certainly would help if they could, but of course they can't.
Sure.
This is it's really, really good. It is a series that you can watch the first 3 episodes of, I think for free, even if you don't have an Apple TV account. And then if you sign up for a free Epix account, EPIX, 7-day free trial, you can watch all the rest of the episodes. And
I think it's anywhere that has an Epix app, right?
Yeah, right. It doesn't have to be Epix. It doesn't have to be Apple TV, but anything that you get Epix on. So
nice.
Amazon or whatever. Roku probably has it. 8 episodes. It is a continuing series, so there hopefully will be a second season. But it's really cool, really, really well acted, and doesn't need a whole lot of special effects to tell the story, but they've got some really great ones in there.
Seems like my kind of jam. I'll get it.
It is really good, and if you're a fan of Downton Abbey or She's Having a Baby or any of those, you've got your Elizabeth McGovern in there as well.
Yeah, she's really good. Did you say that you'd seen this and the time period one, or just this one?
Just this one. There apparently is one that takes place that's like an older period piece. War of the Worlds was also BBC. That one I think is just 3 episodes, and I don't know where I can watch that, but we'll look for it, and I'll see about that one as well.
Yeah, I'm interested in that as well. Just as I don't know, the War of the Worlds stuff has always fascinated me, from the radio play to the book itself to even Spielberg's thing in 2005. Like, I really liked the content or the idea of it. And,
my favorite version of War of the Worlds, and a couple people have brought this up, Lon Makes and Claire Gack in the chat, is the Jeff Wayne audio musical. It's like an album, and it's another one that's probably on Spotify. It's on Apple Music, so you can listen to it. But it is a musical version of War of the Worlds that is absolutely amazing. Features music from a dude from the Moody Blues, and narration from famous actors and stuff. It's really, really good.
That sounds great. Hadn't
Yeah,
heard of
so
that.
check that one out. If you haven't listened to that, it's amazing, and you can listen to it on just about any streaming service.
Nice. All right. A very good recommendation.
Thank
Why
you.
did you say that you watched 2 and they were the same?
No,
I didn't know. There are 2 that came out last year, 2019, 2 War of the Worlds that came out last year, both from the UK, both from the BBC.
Yeah.
I honestly only knew about the Tom Cruise one.
Oh yeah, no. These are both series.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
A 3-episode series that I didn't see, and then an 8-episode series that has Gabriel Byrne and Elizabeth McGovern and a few other folks.
We have some division in the chat as to whether the Tom Cruise one's any good or not. I would argue that it is good, and others would say it's not. But I guess to each his own. I liked it. It was fun. I mean, it's just the story. It's the same story. They didn't really do anything hugely new with it, but they did it.
I enjoyed this one more than the Tom Cruise movie. Oh wow, the other one has Robert Carlyle.
Oh, I like him.
Yeah.
He was in my recent 28 Weeks Later rewatch. He's very good in that.
Wow, this is quite the time to watch 28 Weeks Later, Scott.
It was great. I love that movie. I love that. That's my favorite. I think that is probably I know a lot of people are like, what about Days? Days is good too. 28 Days is fine, but 28 Weeks really nailed it for me. I don't know why. It's just a great zombie movie. Anyway, all right. Cool. Let me play you a clip. This is my clip, and it is for a TV show that it was a limited series. It's only going to run like 6 or so episodes. And I'm only 2 in because that's how much is out. There's more coming, but they're not out yet. If that doesn't help you guess, maybe the voice in this will. Here you go.
Oil companies, America, we're living on borrowed time, Dominic. We're just wallowing in our greed and spiritual filth. And now it's time to pay. We're going to pay the price.
I don't mean to change the subject.
How's
your coffee cart? How's your
kill
business?
people for the sake of cheap oil. How do we justify that?
How's your business, huh?
How are we going to prevent the vengeance of God? We have no respect for human life.
I don't know, buddy. What do you want to eat?
Have you had time to look at the menu?
Can't worship both God and money, Christian. America's going to vomit up its own blood.
Can I get I'll get a cheeseburger. No fries, salad on the side. What do you want?
Want hot dogs? Hot dogs.
Okay. Any ideas?
That's the Mark Ruffalo thing. I recognize the voice. I can't remember the name of it, but they've said that this is some heavy stuff.
It's heavy.
It sounds heavy.
It is heavy, and it's really good. Like, I said this on Twitter the other day, and I didn't mean it with any hyperbole. I think this might push Ruffalo over the top as the best American actor working today. It is.
He was
so
amazing
good.
in 13 going on 30.
Yes, from that rom-com from the early aughts. Yes, he was very good in that. He's always good, right? But you could argue that Ruffalo is sometimes one guy and then does that one guy really well.
Yeah.
You could make that argument. And I understand that, but this is levels beyond that. It is so good. He plays 2 people in this movie. He plays twin brothers.
What's the name?
Oh, sorry. The movie, or not the movie. The TV show is called I Know This Much Is True. It's based on a best-selling novel by the same name. It's about 2 twin brothers and the surrounding issues of these brothers. One of which is Dominic. He was in that. Well, he's in that clip as both people. Here's the one thing this show does. I want to get this out of the way early. He seamlessly plays 2 people.
Really?
Without any question in your mind, or you ever going, like, we were saying in Moon how it was kind of like, well, we know that they do a good job in Moon of having what's his name play 2 versions of himself.
Sam Rockwell kind of pushing himself around and stuff
and we like it, but we're aware of it, right? We're aware that it's not really 2 of them. This show, immediately you forget.
Really?
And just dive in and forget that that there's only one Ruffalo in the world and he's playing these 2 parts. It's unbelievably good.
Huh.
It's unbelievably good.
He Patty Duked us.
Kind of, yeah.
or James Franco in
oh gosh, yeah.
He was actually
HBO.
That was actually quite good as well. That they did a good
really
job
good.
there. And part of it is they have a lot of scenes that are just like these 2 at breakfast, like I was just mentioning, or at lunch. It's so seamless, and also his role as Thomas, the brother who has paranoid schizophrenia, that brother is bigger and kind of heavier. He's fatter. So Ruffalo gained weight for that role and lost weight and was actually pretty buffed up for the role of Dominic.
Oh, wow.
And so
that I mean, it's not like, all right, go change your clothes and come back and do the other.
Yeah, it's really weird actually at first when you see it, because you just think oh, he's got almost looks just like him twin, and it has that. Actually, you know how twins aren't exactly identical. Look at Bill Duran and his brother; those two are identical twins, but they separate lives and go different ways. And maybe Bill's been on the treadmill longer than his brother for a while, or the other way around. It doesn't matter, but you know how you can look at them and go, oh, I know the difference between these two, because there are differences as they get older. That's how this looks. It looks like. Wow. Oh, I can tell they're twins, but obviously they're a little bit different. And it's so seamless, and he plays these roles so well. It's just, it is a powerhouse performance that if he doesn't win every damn award possible for this, it will be a crime. Whatever awards are available, all the Golden Globes, anything they give for TV short form series stuff, he should win every single one of those. And I am not kidding when I say this. It is depressing material. It is hard stuff about family and growing up and dealing with disabilities and dealing with somebody who's not just your twin, but your opposite in almost every way, but feeling like you still need to protect him through his life. And it's about loss, and it's about redemption, and it's about trying to do the right thing. And again, I'm only 2 episodes into this thing. I'm blown away by it. There's a really great supporting cast as well. You got Melissa Leo is in this, plays his mother. She is, as always, just insanely good. Catherine Hahn is very good as Dessa Constantine. I think she's incredible. His last name's Constantine, which is cool. Rosie O'Donnell is in this in a role that I was like sure it was going to annoy me, or I would just see her and go, oh, that's Rosie O'Donnell, and I can't get her out of my head. Kills it. She's very good in it. Every name I'm giving you, by the way, has either been nominated or won Academy Awards in the past. So it's like a big list. The one that really blew me away was Juliette Lewis. All right. She's in this. So far, not very long, but I hear she's back in later episodes. What a freaking weird role. It's not like her. It's like nothing you've seen her do.
No, but we've seen her do weird roles.
No, that's true. But this is so opposite of any other role she's ever done.
Really? Okay.
Imogen Poots is in this. She's great, and I love her name.
I like Imogen Poots.
Yep.
But boy, her name.
Yeah, her name's weird. Who else? A whole bunch of other people. It is really fantastic, and I can't recommend it enough. And the only people I would say maybe don't see it is if you need to be open to a story about real people dealing with real stuff. Like it's not overly dramatic, and it's not unrealistic. It's just like, hey, life is hard sometimes, and these are the things people have to go through. And now let's watch some amazing actors pull this off. It's really, really something. So anyway, I can't wait for the rest of it. I think it's 6 episodes, so there's 3 more or 4 more, whatever it is. And they come out on Sundays on HBO. I didn't ever say where that was. HBO is where it's at.
Yeah.
Okay. Enough of my blabbering about how great that is. You know how I feel? Okay, I'll say this one more thing. You know, I feel the way so far about this, the way I felt about, now the name slipped my brain. The one last year about the,
Unbelievable?
Yes, Unbelievable. That thing was my favorite thing last year of drama. It was just amazing and so impactful. This is on par with that. It's that good.
Wow.
There's just an honesty to it, and I don't know. There's like just some weird truth going on. It's very, very good. All right, Nicole, what'd you bring?
Yes. Silly and stupid.
Good deal.
Perfect.
Scrolling down.
I'm gonna take us the other way.
All right.
So here's my clip.
All right, I'm gonna hit play and see what we got. I hope it works because I'm not looking.
Please. My friends call me Dick. Okay. Rick? No, I'm not a Rick. I'm a Dick with a D. Rick with a D.
I wondered.
Dick. Rick.
All right, so I assume that's where that ended. I assume that this is the new Scooby movie. Scoob.
Yeah. Yes, we went ahead. You can rent it or you can buy it. This is one of those early release, and I'm recommending it because I really love that movie theaters are not movie theaters. They're not really happy right now.
Studios.
Studios
Mm-hmm.
are doing this because it gives us a chance to get together as a family and watch just a fun little movie. And I was surprised by Scoob because I'm used to like the Matthew Lillard Scooby and Shaggy and the live action stuff. And I grew up on the Scooby-Doo cartoon as a kid with the Harlem Globetrotters and all that. So I have a fond memory of
Yeah.
And watching all of those like Captain Caveman and all those cartoons. And this one I didn't realize it has so many like little inside jokes, and it brings in a lot of those characters. So Captain Caveman is in there. Who's some of the other ones? It's just
Dynamite and Blue Falcon.
Dynamite. And there's a ton of really cool actors doing voice. So Zac Efron is the voice of Fred. Will Forte did the voice of Shaggy, which Matthew Lillard is a little upset he didn't get. So
he's too busy on Good Girls.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg as the voice of Blue Falcon, which I didn't watch that. I remember Dynamite, but I don't remember Blue Falcon.
I totally remember Blue Falcon and Dynamite. Yeah, that was one I totally watched.
Yeah.
Tracy Morgan is the voice of Captain Caveman.
Whoa, wait, hold on! You just sold me on the movie. I wasn't.
I kind of actually, that actually just moved it up a notch in my list. Just that alone.
Sure.
And then Jason Isaac, which is the clip you just heard, is the voice of Dick Dastardly.
Oh, I love him. He's great. Nothing wrong with him.
So, is there enough jokes that go over kids' heads that adults appreciate?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Like that whole exchange, right?
Yeah.
I'm a dick, not a Rick. That seemed pretty good.
So I think it was a lot of fun. You actually see they start off the movie where the group, they're young and Scooby-Doo is a puppy, and you get to see how he gets his name, and it was just a fun family movie that I really enjoyed too. So.
Please tell me that part is kind of short though. That
it
whole
is.
Origin story.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah. It's I liked it. It was fun. I love all the throwbacks. And
how's the voice work on like Shaggy and Scooby himself? Are they okay?
I didn't realize it was Will Forte until like, I don't know, probably an hour into the movie, and Mark goes, do you recognize that voice? And I listened a little more, and I'm like, oh, it's Last Man on Earth guy.
Yeah.
Wait,
he feels like a good pick for that.
Is it is he Shaggy or Scooby? Which one is he?
Shaggy.
Oh,
Shaggy.
Okay.
Who's the voice of Scooby? Oh, Frank Welker.
Frank Welker?
Oh, Frank Welker.
Way, dude. We know Frank Welker. He does everything. He's Megatron.
Oh, and he's born in Colorado.
Yeah. Well, he's old as dirt too, but he's Megatron. He's like he's done voice work since the beginning of time. That guy, he's amazing.
And he was the voice of the original Fred.
Oh, what? Really?
Yes,
Welker was?
I think he was. Mark was telling me.
Mark with a C, I believe it.
Yeah, my Mark.
Yeah.
So here you go. Yep, Scooby-Doo.
Mark.
Scooby-Doo and the Beach Beastie. He was the Fred Jones, and he was the voice of. Oh, he was the voice of both Scooby-Doo and Fred. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, he's
Oh wow, he has a long.
He's a
long
huge
list.
credits. Yeah, he does everything.
Holy
Frank Welker's been in
moly.
like 4,500 film sack movies that we've watched.
Yeah, he. In fact, I'm looking at film sack stats right now. I think he's in the top 5.
So
actors.
if you go back to 1972,
I'm sorry, he's number 2. Frank Welker he is the second most common actor in all film sack movies for 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who's number 1?
Thomas Rosales Jr.
Oh yeah.
And then Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Danny Trejo. Blah blah blah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So I just scrolled.
Almost that first one, Rosales Jr. shouldn't matter. Like Frank Welker, come on. I mean,
yeah, he's just in them all. That guy is busy, I guess. Sorry,
He was definitely the voice. So I scrolled all the way down. Took forever. 1969 original voice of Fred on Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Well, very nice. Oh
That's
yeah.
kind of cool that he moved over to Scooby.
Yeah, right. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah.
So you can rent this for $20, or you could just buy it for $25. I went ahead. I'm like, I'll roll those dice and I have $5.
You have kids who are going to want to watch this thing over and over and over.
Yes.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Frank
and
Welker.
I really enjoyed it. It was fun.
How old is Frank Welker now? Frank Welker was born in 46. Still kicking it, man. That's great. That's awesome.
Icor in the Dirt is apparently 74 years old.
Wow. All right. Very nice. I also didn't know because I never watched those later Transformers movies because they were, people said just avoid them. They're bad. But the Last Stand one or whatever it's called, whatever it is, he came back to play Megatron. That's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, Frank Welker. Well done. Good call, Nicole. I've been wanting to probably see this, so I think you probably pushed me over the edge. I'll probably see it.
It's fun. And the whole bringing in the other characters from the other cartoons is honestly what did it for me.
You said HBU. HBCU.
There you go. Did you did say rent? You said rent and buy. Is that the case? And
you can do both. So
Okay.
$20 to rent, $25 to buy.
Okay, it's one of those things. Early release price stuff. Okay.
Yep.
Probably
I would
worth
recommend doing both though. Do one or the other.
One or the other. I don't know. You see, my always if I rent it and I'm like, the kids really love it, and I'm like, dang, I gotta.
I know, but normally
They
you're
should
not having
offer a way to buy it after you rent it for a reduced amount. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't.
Yeah, they don't. They're not
They
thinking.
don't do that.
It's the Rona, Brian. They're busy. They don't know how to do this.
Rona.
Shit.
The Rona.
The Rona. I got the Rona. All right, Nicole Spag, everybody. If you follow her on Twitter, you'll get this list of movies and so much more. She's a good follow no matter what you do. So go do that. Nicole, anything else going on you want to mention?
Try not to be Karen.
Okay.
I try very hard every day trying to not be Karen.
You're not a Karen. I've never thought of you as a Karen.
Definitely
I
not a
swear I almost had a moment, and as I was in the moment, I go, don't be Karen.
Yeah, don't be Karen.
And I just was like, okay. And I just walked away.
Yep. That goes for dudes too. Although, do we have a name for a dude who acts like Karen? I don't know who that.
Chad.
Chad? Is it a Chad who does that? Oh, we know too many nice Chads though.
I know.
Yeah,
And we know some nice Karens too.
And I know some nice Karens too.
Exactly. It's like we can't.
I'll be like, don't be Nicole, or like I would be like, oh.
I know, really.
Right,
it would
exactly,
suck.
yes.
It would
I
suck.
feel bad.
All right, we're done calling them Karens. We're just going to call them jackasses. There's the new name.
Perfect. And it's unisex.
Yeah,
which
and
is
it's
great.
unisex, which is what
there
I was
you
aiming
go.
for. Nicole Spag, everybody. Have a good one. Take it easy. Say hi to Mark with a C.
Bye.
Bye now. All right. Well, we've done it. We've done it.
Excellent.
And I can prove that we've done it by saying the following. We got a shout out to give here. And this is from...
Yeah. This is great.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. So, Mark teaches 8th grade science in San Bernardino. Brian, you got to sing Route 66, he says.
Get your kicks on Route 66. I did the Depeche Mode version.
Oh, it was very nice. I like that.
San Bernardino.
Goes on to say distance teaching is hard, especially in low socioeconomic communities like San Bernardino, where he teaches, looking for ways to engage students and build relationships. Teaching high school physics for summer school, but planning on teaching remote starting in the fall. Wanted to use my iPhone to live stream experiments to engage students. Need 1,000 subscribers on YouTube in order to make that stream happen and make it on mobile. Mobile, not the only way to live stream, but it's kind of hard to use your laptop to zoom in on a specific object, so that's why the phone is cool. Or you'd have to get advanced stuff. Anyway, if the community would like to subscribe to the channel and they could hit 1,000 really quick, and this doesn't cost you anything, everybody. You just go out there, subscribe to the channel. That's all you got to do. Even if you never checked it again, 1,000 subscribers would get you there, and it'd be plenty in time for
Helping
school.
students out by doing this.
Big time. So I'm going to go do this right now since we're done. June 8th, by the way, is when they start classes. Content featuring me in all what that we'll be doing in the channel. Nothing with kids. All their info is safe, so subscribers don't need to worry about any of that. Students will be able to have a separate number to text questions so they can interact with them separately. Small thing that people can do in order to help one educator is trying to find solutions for students and families. That's what we're trying to do here. He currently has 124 subscribers. Those are his current students, but they cannot do this without more. There's no monetization on the channel, so this is not a money grab. It's purely educational. So the channel is, and the link's really long, so I'm going to shorten this up. Hold on. Because I want to maximize this. In fact, you know what, chat? There's the link. You guys all do this now. Listeners at home. What you're looking for is Mark Kirk. Go search for it. Mark Kirk on YouTube.
Mark Kirk.
And I'm going to put the link into... I should have done a shortener, and I didn't think about it.
Chavez Middle School. Mark Kirk,
Yep.
Chavez Middle School.
I'm going to go ahead and do a tiny.cc real quick. Hang on.
There you go.
So this is going to be... Hold on, we want to make it a custom one. We're going to say... teachers. How about that?
And if you accidentally watch one of his videos, you might learn something.
Yeah, you might. Oh, it's already in use. Hold on, I got to come up with another one. I'll just say Mark Kirk. How about that? There we go. Tiny.cc/Mark Kirk.
And that's Kirk with a K. Well, it's Mark and Kirk with K's.
Yes, Mark and Kirk with K's.
M-A-R-K-K-I-R.
Yeah, double K in the middle there.
There's no other way people spell Kirk without K's. But
Exactly.
Mark is what I meant.
Exactly. So go do that. Mark Kirk. It's tiny.cc/Mark Kirk. And just subscribe. It's easy. I'm doing it right now. Watch. Beep. Oh, I'm subscribed. It was so easy. I didn't have to do anything else.
So easy. And you don't have to turn on notifications. Just subscribe. Just, if you want notifications, do that. But if you subscribe, you won't get notified every time he posts a new video.
That's right. And I'm going to check in on this. I'm going to check on this and make sure the Tadpool's stepping up on this. Shouldn't be any big deal. We should get there in like today. It should be no problem. So let's get in there and make that happen for him. Teaching is cool. And also I know Mark from other stuff, and he's just a rad dude. So
he's a teacher. I mean, that already elevates him to a level above podcaster.
That's right. That's right. Way above.
Way above. Hear that, Spotify? Get him. Get him on your...
get your exclusive teacher on over there at Spotify.
That's right, exactly.
All right, that's it for the show. Big thanks, everybody, for joining us. Don't forget, Brian mentioned it earlier, but Coverville today at 1 p.m. Mountain Time.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be live.
That's right. Devo. Are we not men? We are covers.
We are covers. And then I'll be on DTNS. After that, later in the evening, we have Core. Probably going to stream some Deep Rock Galactic after that. That game is super cool. And I don't know, probably something else here in between. So check us out all day long right here at frogpants.tv. Frogpants.com/TMS for our website. If you want to support us, patreon.com/TMS. All the details about that are there. We got a play date coming up. I guess we should pick a date soon, but Brian and I will talk about that tomorrow. I think that's everything. All right, yeah, that's it. Hey, Brian, I want to hear a song if you have one.
Absolutely. Well, Kevin wrote in and said, happy birthday going out to Jamie, Modern Geek. Hope you have a great birthday.